You're the one person I never wanted to share with anyone, and seeing you with someone else would shatter my soul. What we have is something no one else can understand, and seeing you with someone else feels like an unbearable betrayal. I could never forgive myself for allowing you to walk away to someone else. If you let someone else in, you're letting a part of me go too, and I can't bear that. The thought of you in another's arms feels like a betrayal I could never get over. I've given my heart to you, and the thought of anyone else being able to hold it brings nothing but pain. To see you with someone else is a wound that may never heal. Every moment with you feels sacred, and I can't bear to think of someone else sharing that sacredness. You're more than just someone I love. You're a part of me, and no one else should ever touch that. The thought of another man taking my place beside you is more than I can handle. I've given you my all, and imagining you giving that to someone else feels like the ultimate betrayal. No one could ever hold you the way I do, and the thought of them trying makes me sick. It's not just jealousy, it's the fear that someone else might love you more than I do. When you truly love someone, the idea of anyone else touching them feels like a slap in the face. I can't let go of you, and if you let someone else in, it would be like losing a piece of myself. You're the love of my life, and the thought of someone else taking that place is unimaginable. If you ever let another man touch you, it's as though you've given away a part of me I can't get back. What we share is so rare, and the thought of it being taken away by someone else cuts deeper than you know. You've changed me forever, and knowing someone else might be able to do the same is unbearable. If I can't be the one to hold you, I don't know who else could ever deserve that honor. I can't understand how anyone else could touch you when you belong to me in every way that matters. The thought of you giving someone else the love you've given me leaves me hollow inside. No one can know you the way I do. No one should ever get to hold you the way I have. The love I have for you is sacred, and the idea of anyone else touching that is a betrayal I can't accept. You're my heart and soul, and no one should have the privilege of being that close to you but me. If someone else touches you, it's not just a physical act, it's an emotional betrayal that would destroy me. What we have is a bond no one else should ever try to break, and the thought of them doing so haunts me. The thought of you with someone else is a wound I'll carry forever, and I'm not sure I can survive it. Loving you is my greatest privilege, and knowing someone else might get to do the same makes my heart ache. you are my one, and the thought of you being with another feels like I'm losing everything. Every touch you give to someone else is a betrayal of the love I've poured into you. If you let someone else in, you're not just breaking my heart, you're breaking the trust that built us. No one else could ever love you the way I do, and I can't bear to think of them trying. There are moments when I wish I could forget how much I care about you, just to stop this pain of imagining you with someone else. You're the one person I never wanted to share with anyone, and knowing someone else has that privilege feels like a curse. Every moment I spend loving you, I fear it might be taken away by someone else. If you let someone else take my place, I don't know how I could go on loving you the same way. The thought of you with anyone else leaves me feeling incomplete and hollow. You've been my everything, and the idea of anyone else ever taking that place leaves me broken. I've put my heart in your hands, and the thought of you giving that to someone else makes me feel like I've lost. If I'm not the one you choose, I don't know how I could live with that hurt. There's no one else who could ever understand you the way I do, and the thought of them trying is heartbreaking. When you've given someone your heart, the idea of them giving it to someone else is unimaginable. I've already given you all of me, and I can't bear to think of anyone else getting a part of you. No one else will ever love you the way I do, and imagining them doing so cuts deeper than any physical wound. When I think of you with someone else, it feels like I've lost a part of myself I can never get back. Loving you is my greatest joy, but knowing you might share that love with someone else is my deepest fear. No one else deserves to touch you, and the thought of them trying makes my blood boil. It's not about controlling you, it's about protecting what's mine, and the thought of sharing you with someone else is too much. If you let someone else love you, you're taking away everything that made us unique. The thought of you being with someone else twists my soul in ways words can't describe. Every time I imagine another man holding you, a part of me dies inside. I can't bear the thought of anyone touching what was once only mine. To let another man near you feels like betrayal that cuts deeper than any wound. My love for you is so strong that the thought of you with someone else shatters me completely. I would rather lose everything than see another man claim what's mine. No one else will ever understand you the way I do, and the thought of them trying makes me sick. Every part of me screams when I imagine you with someone else. It feels like a piece of me is ripped away. I've given you my heart, and I don't know how I could ever survive watching you give it to someone else. The thought of someone else touching you makes me feel like a part of my soul has been stolen. If you ever let another man touch you, I'll never forgive myself for loving you this way. When I think of another man claiming you, it feels like an unspoken promise between us was broken. The idea of you being with someone else is the hardest truth to swallow. I can't imagine ever sharing you with another person. You're mine in every way that matters. No matter how many times I try, I can't stop imagining you in someone else's arms. Every fiber of my being wants to keep you to myself. No one else should ever know you like I do. It's not just about possession. It's about knowing that I was the one who deserved you. I've given everything to you, and watching you give it away feels like the ultimate betrayal. The thought of someone else loving you the way I do makes me feel like I've lost you forever. You're not just a body to me, you're everything, and seeing you with someone else is unforgivable. I can't control how much I care for you, but I can't stand the idea of you being with anyone else. If you let another man touch you, it would break the trust we built, and I might never recover. I know I'm possessive, but I can't help how deeply I feel about you. I will never forgive myself for letting someone else take what I cherish so much. There are moments when I wish I could stop loving you just to save myself from this pain. You've become my whole world, and the thought of sharing you with another man crushes me. The very thought of you with someone else haunts me in ways I can't express. I wish you could see how much it hurts me to imagine you in someone else's arms. It's not jealousy, it's a fear of losing the one person I can't live without. There's a part of me that would die inside if I knew you had let someone else touch you. Every touch from another man feels like a betrayal to me, no matter how innocent it may seem. You're my forever, and the thought of anyone else taking that place terrifies me. It's not just about love, it's about the connection that can never be replaced. If you ever let another man into your heart, I don't know how I could ever forgive you. There's a reason I'm possessive, because you mean everything to me, and I can't stand the thought of losing you. You've given me everything, but the thought of you giving that to someone else makes my heart ache. Every time I think of another man touching you, a wave of anger and heartbreak floods over me. You've allowed me to love you in ways no one else ever could, and seeing you with someone else would destroy me. You don't understand how much it hurts to think of another man being in your life the way I am. I've given you my heart, and I can't imagine anyone else holding it like I do. The idea of sharing you with someone else makes me question everything I thought we had. I can't forgive myself for not being the one to protect you from someone else. You may never understand, but knowing you're with someone else is my greatest fear. No matter how much I love you, I can't let go of this fear of losing you to someone else. It feels like betrayal, like all my love for you was for nothing when you allow someone else to touch you. No one else will ever deserve you the way I do, and seeing them try feels like an insult to everything we've shared. If another man touches you, it will never be just a touch to me. It will be the death of everything we are. I'll never understand how anyone could love you the way I do and let someone else come between us. I'd rather walk away from you than witness you in someone else's arms. I can't share you with anyone, not when you mean so much to me. There's no pain greater than the idea of you being touched by someone else. The love I have for you is mine, and no one else should ever have the privilege of touching what's mine. If you let another man into your life, it's not just the end of us, it's the end of me. I'm not sure I could forgive the thought of you loving someone else.